So hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Let me just get some stuff out of the way here. Can I get rid of the achievement box? Thank you. And let me get my chat window up because when I play this game, like I said, my screens are backwards, so I need to read chat off of my phone. So let's see, it's probably going to be a shorter session today because I don't have very much time. But let's see what we might be capable of getting done. I have been working on classes, so I might jump into doing that. I kind of knew I had a schedule before, like I said I was going to do something. Do you think I remember what it was? No. No, I don't. If it's been a week, I don't remember. So we need to speak with Fafajoni in Halatali. I don't know what that is about. We also have a few others. Let's get the journal. When in doubt, my character keeps a journal. So, I need to catch more princess fish. I was in the middle of doing that. I'll do that later. Want you to... what? Oh, a bronze spatha and a spiked bronze labyrinth. I'll probably need to make those. Haste makes waste. I think I finished this. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I need to deliver some majorum. I don't know what town I'm in. Where am I? I'm in the Black Shroud. That means I'm in Gridania. So I can probably head out and do some botanist stuff. I gotta love waking up and being like, where the heck am I? Which may not be where I left off last time. I think last time I left off in, I want to say Ul'dah? But what town I begin sessions in won't be directly correlated with where I actually left off in plot. Sorry about that. I also did a lot more farming over in regions that I didn't technically go to yet in story. I didn't do any of the quests associated with them, but I figured like I don't really see a need unless they accidentally trigger a quest of why I can't go into those zones yet. All that will not happen is like an achievement won't pop up every time. Saying like, hey, this is the first time you've been to Western Gridania. Like, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Where is she? She's up there. As you can see, I also have a new outfit because I've been working on making outfits and tools and leveling things up, and I needed stuff that was a little bit better at collecting because my collection ratio is going down into the 60s, which is bad. These plots are tended by the Botanist Guild. A splendid sight, is it not? Where the heck do I turn this thing in? Do I not turn it in here? Okay, the person I need to deliver it to is actually in the marketplace. My bad. So much for efficiency in videos. When you know what you need to do, but getting there is still gonna be rough. I wish I could use my chocobo in town. I can't, I gotta hoof it. Okay. Wants me in the marketplace, where I've spent a lot of time as of late. There we go. Did you get the majorum? The herb is said to grow around the matron's lathe, and although I hardly need to tell a botanist this, do hurry, I'm keeping dozens of customers waiting. Yeah, I've got plenty. My inventory is, once again, a clusterfuck. Ah, the majorum and such fine specimens. I'm sorry to have given you such a hard time, friend. Thanks to you, I can get back to making echo drops. Do you know of echo drops? They're an alchemical concoction that restores voice to silent lips, allowing the imbiber to cast spells again. Conjurers and thaumaturges never leave home without a bottle or three. But I must say again, these are some of the finest specimens of majorum I've ever seen, and they're none worse for the picking. It's clear you know your way around a plant. As for your colleague with the heavy hand, I'm certain your guild will deal with him appropriately. Thanks again, and send my regards to Fufuja. Oh, I'm just now realizing. So I guess I haven't really done much talking today, that it kind of hurts to talk. One of my molars, one of my teeth hurt. Ooh. I've been having some pain with it the past couple days, but now that I'm actually talking, I realize it's not a good sign. I've always had a little bit of trouble with this tooth because I chipped it a few years ago. But, yeah, it's kind of extra bugging me today. I also already have a filling there from childhood, so that might be coming loose. Ah, there you are. Thanks for a job well done. There's no need to report the details. I've already heard all I need to know. It's my belief that the botanist in question had not but personal gain in mind when so hurriedly harvested the majorum. In his haste to complete the task and claim his reward, he damaged the herbs and rendered them useless. Such greed brings shame on our guild, and I will not tolerate it. The offender's name shall be struck from our roll. Also, you have a bindi on your forehead, which normally I wouldn't think too much of, but in this game there is a... the Gridanians are a race of people, technically, and they also have a little bit of a calcified, like, third eye. So I'm kind of wondering if Fufucha is maybe, like, part Lalafell, part Gridanian? Is that a thing? As I taught you when you first came to us, a botanist nurtures the natural environment to the mutual benefit of both man and wood. He who thinks only of his own benefit has no respect for nature and is unfit to call himself one of us. Of course, you hardly need reminding of this. Something tells me you shall never give me cause to worry. But let us speak of cheerier matters. Tell me, did gathering the majorum pose you any trouble? If you ever find your work unduly onerous, you might consider outfitting yourself with better gear, the thing I talked about. Even something as seemingly insignificant as a new pair of boots can make a world of difference. As you gain in knowledge and experience, you will find yourself venturing further afield in search of a new bounty, and your choice of equipment will become ever more critical. Go now, and keep up your efforts. I look forward to seeing you continue to grow as a botanist. Certain gear grants bonuses to gathering, perception, and GP values. A higher rating improves your chances of attaining an item. Greater perception raises the amount of items obtained, and additional GP increases your extracting stamina. Outfitting yourself with an eye to your objectives will increase the efficiency of your gathering endeavors. And if you want to make new stuff yourself, considering taking up weaving. Most stuff for botanist comes from weaver. A little bit can come from leatherworker, like the shoes, but... Good day, I see the soil on your hands that you've been diligent as ever in your botany. I'm not surprised. As we develop new skills, so do our labors become more varied, and thus does our motivation grow. Yet know that motivations can only make it so far. If you wish to master botany, you must pay heed to those details of which you have now taken for granted. In particular, I speak of gear, the tools of our trade. Not all tools are created equal, you see, and if you're to work with any degree of efficiency, you must use such gear as benefits your ability. Lest you misunderstand, I'm not telling you to go and replace your gear. Technically, you are. There's a more frugal way to improve your tools, and one more respectful to nature besides. Oh, materia. Tell me, have you heard of materia? It's a kind of crystal that can be used to enhance the efficiency of gear. In the past, the enhancement process required certain catalysts found throughout nature, the gathering of which was our domain, but new methods have rendered them obsolete. Be that as it may, these substances still make for ideal subjects of training for budding botanists such as yourself. Therefore, for your next task, I would like you to gather a quantity of one such catalyst, namely, grade 1 carbonized matter. 15 fragments should suffice. I need to get more, just like with minor. Though searching for the area surrounding Aleport will surely be fruitful, the hamlet lies in western Lanasi, upon the island of Vilbrand. Once you have gathered the requisite amount, pray present the carbonized matter to Sandre. He will teach you the basics of materia. I remember what I was going to do. Ooh, I remember now. I was going to do a dungeon. Which one was it? Guild leave. Mend materia before Mudamix. That wasn't it. Here it is. I was gonna go... It was the Halatali that I was gonna do. I don't know if I can currently... Dress to harvest. I need to do stuff there. Sight to behold. Deliver an age-worn log. I don't quite know what that entails. Age-worn log. Could happen to you. We come in peace. Ooh, this is gonna be over by the Sylphs, I think. Oh, it's gonna be a ton, but it's gonna be expensive, but I want to check this out while I still have the time, so I can start running dungeons offline. On a bright side, I can now do this. I can now chocobo. Which, of course, since this place is elevated, I need to actually go up to go down. This way. Which still wasn't super fast, but, like, it's faster than walking. Because I'll probably have to register for a duty for this one. It probably won't let me go in entirely by myself or with NPCs like it's let me done in the past. One of these eventually, I think it was in Ul'dah, you have to start registering for duties, and I think this might be one of them. Which means I need to actually play with other people. It'll randomly pair me up, but still. If the halls of Halatali you seek, you need to seek no further. Permit me to tell you something of this place. The name comes from an ancient tongue. Halatali meaning the land of many shadows. It was here that our distant ancestors first settled, and you've not come all this way to learn a lesson in history? Shush, listen, do you not hear the howls and growls? Do you not feel how they shake beneath the earth below you? The sounds are the work of no wind, friend, nor is that rumbling doing of any shadows. Those are the calls of Halatali. For now the beasts once kept for the Colosseum lurk here. And those are no gentle beasts broken by hand of man. No, they are those within that even the might of the immortal flames cannot tame. From the look of you, you must be Bren. Aye, I received word from Nedrick that you might be along. By his recommendation, I grant you leave to enter freely. I only pray that you are able to find your way back out. Ooh. As weird as it sounds, I might actually switch really quick. New earring. Yay. Okay. Any of these any good? Nope. Just go for the money. New duty fighter has been registered. Halatali is now available. So when you register for duty, you will register based off of the class that you initially signed up for. So if I end up switching my class, let's say White Mage, for example, if I registered as a tank and I ended up switching to White Mage while on the field, it'll want me to switch back into tank and then register for duty. So keep that in mind. Yep, I'm probably not going to be able to do this with NPCs. So I can go into several of these. We've done Sastasha, we've done Tamtara Deepcroft, we've done the Copper Mines. But the fact that it gives me this one, and it does not give me the chance to go in with NPCs, means I probably... yeah, I probably need to go in as an actual tank in a party. So there we go. Join, register for duty. And now over here... Usually it says the wait, it gives you an approximate wait time for how many people are in this dungeon. This is about 5 minutes. That's not an exact science. It can say 5 minutes and it could take 2 hours. It's going to basically start searching for other players. Now, I do not have to stand here like a dunce. I can go wherever the heck I want. But the fact of the matter is I am registered for a duty for this dungeon. Now, people that are higher level than me can join as long as they have the dungeon unlocked. They just need to register for duty as either a DPS or a White Mage. As you can see, there's a call for a tank, of which I currently am, a call for a healer, and a call for 2 DPS. So while that is going, we can go wherever the heck we want. I recommend not doing story while in these, simply because, like, you'll need to be warped back. But yeah, so what else do we have going on? Wood Whaler wants some stuff. Let's check what's in Gridania while we wait, because this thing can pop at any time. And you do not, like I said, you don't have to stand here. We'll know when it goes off. It all depends on other people. Golden Opportunity, that is going to be in somewhere else. If I'm in the middle of a quest, it's literally going to pull me out of a quest, so that's going to suck, but what do? Central Thanalan, meld before. That's a guild leave. If I'm in the middle of a guild leave, it's gonna mess with me too. Materia enhanced staghorn staff. Can I make that, perhaps? And since there's no way to make those go faster, you kind of just have to sit on them. Let's look. Staghorn staff. I know that's probably going to be Black Mage. Might even be lower, actually. I might be going too high. Two-handed Thaumaturge. There we go. We need a marble die. So those are going to be from Pistes. I can buy them, or they're more than likely in, I want to say, yep, south. They're going to be beneath us. It might be in my best interest to just go, can I, thank you. Summon thine chocobo. And just head south. So you can sort of keep an eye on this to see if it changes at all. If you are registered for a duty, I recommend not fussing about it too much. It'll go off when it goes off. Just keep in mind that dungeons can take between anywhere from 2 minutes to an hour. On average, this one's probably going to take about 20 minutes. So clear your calendar for that amount of time. Because once you go in, you're probably going to want to stay in, because other people are going to need you too. Dropping out of a dungeon is kind of a good way to get yourself blacklisted. So these are Pistes. Stay out of that unless you want to be paralyzed. Get turned to stone. And occasionally these should drop the eyes that I am looking for. To make my staff for the goldsmith. Oh my gosh, there we go. Sometimes it can take a little bit for them to actually drop any of these. Sometimes you'll get like no drops for like 10 plus minutes, killing nothing but, and then all of a sudden you'll just get like a ton of drops in one go. Something will drop like 9 eyes for some reason. Same goes with one of the other materials I was working on, thread. I was searching for like dire web thread, which is for weaving. Where is it? Dew thread. Yeah, you get it from, here it is, Dynamite webs. You get it from killing like a whole bunch of scorpion-looking creatures in the Shroud. They're approximately level 30-ish, so about 25 to 30. And you just have to go back and forth killing like a ton of scorpions in order to get it. There's no area you can go into harvest it with a botanist. You just gotta kill a bunch of things. And sometimes you'll kill 10 enemies and get nothing, and other times you will kill 1 enemy and get like 10, so drops be what they be. If you play as a thief, I do believe there is a skill that can increase your drop rate every now and again, but I do not currently have thief unlocked. Let's register with the porter, and let's also get this on the map. Usually it's best to try and do duties more like wherever most people tend to be on for your server, like in the afternoon. Hence why I'm kind of doing it now. Because like I said, since it's based off of other people, you never know when it'll actually pop. Annabelle of the Immortal Flames has a task for a stalwart adventurer. So I would have your ear. Have you perchance visited the ruins south of here? It is said that they date back to the era of Belda's. As a student of history, I was delighted when my superior set me there on patrol. My delight soon turned to... God damn it, see? See? I told you! In the middle of things. And yet it still is... It says it popped. I guess 2 DPS must have dropped, or they have poor connections. There we go. 1, 2... There we go. We'll have to do that again. See what I mean about duties? Duties are gonna drive me crazy. Old monster coliseums. I don't know if there's anything special for this. Yep, joining a party. So it shows my actual characters here. Let's turn on tank stance. I'm probably not going to read the tutorial for this because other people are literally like expecting me to not fuck up, so... So probably gonna pull this, and I'm also gonna pull these. So this isn't too big of a pull for the white mage, hopefully. Occasionally use Berserk or other shielding skills as a tank, but otherwise we're just gonna have to trust in white mage. Thankfully these players are real humans, so here's hoping that we don't piss anybody off too much. I also am gonna go exploring for treasure, regardless of what my party wants, because as the tank, you kind of get to dictate where everybody else goes, because they can't survive without you, literally. And too bad, guys, I kind of want the armor in this place. Somebody's going for it, but who actually gets to claim it? Loot rules. There are loot rules. I might put it up on screen for you guys to read, but I probably won't be able to read it while simultaneously having to tank. Basically, it's kind of like a roulette. As you can see, like, the enemy lines are all coming to me. That is because I'm a tank. My job is to draw away attention from other players. So they don't die. They squishy. I'm not squishy. I don't deal quite as much damage, but I'm also not as squishy. I can move a little bit if, like, a orange marker comes down on the floor. I can get out of the way, but... But also try and make sure to never lead that orange marker into other players. They will be very pissed. Make sure tank stance is on, so you notice that little red gem on my screen, and also the axe marker next to my character. That means I have tank stance turned on, which means whatever I smack will try to target me, and that's a good thing. You don't want it targeting other people. Okay, purple line means boss. Don't remember much about this one. I know eventually it's gonna, like, have us start targeting other things, but I don't remember what. I just realized I can't do my 3-strike here. Okay, the DPS seem to be taking care of that. You can see their stats in the upper left-hand corner. Yeah, the fire mains and stuff. The DPS might be going over there to close down the fire sprites that are coming out of the fire. I'm not sure if I should go over there with them or if I should just focus on this. It seems to be alright with me focusing on this. It's starting to get over here, so I'm gonna start group attacking. Level up! Okay, this is the teleporter. Forgot about that until I saw other people using it. Casts her lot. So for loot, usually you want to do that in between. I don't need this, so I'm going to pass on it, give it to somebody else. If you are of the class that it is for, you can choose either need or greed. So I believe one of them gets you like a higher roll if it's for a class you are currently in the dungeon as. Whereas one is for a lesser roll. So I can still roll greed, I think. I'll have to look. They're very similar terms, so my stupid dyslexic brain doesn't remember which is which. Okay, so this, I can roll greed if it's for a class that I'm not currently in. But I still want to maybe obtain anyways for another class. I can choose greed, but I will roll a worse number than somebody who actually is in that class and wants those. So thankfully that's good. Also, I can keep moving forward and still throw the axe, so keep in mind, if your party gets a little antsy, they usually don't want you to pull just one enemy at a time, they usually want a group. You can throw the axe and just keep running. Same with Paladin, you can throw the shield. Depending on healer, some people want big pulls and some people want small pulls. It just really depends on the group you're in. Right now I'm going with smaller just because this is an earlier level dungeon. I don't want to overwhelm people. So I'm going to catch these, for example, but then I'm also going to throw the axe at the snake. So whatever Amalthea was doing over there. Don't know what they were doing, but you leave the party. Oh, they were getting treasure. See, I don't know where all the treasure is located in all these dungeons yet. I will once I run them enough. So sometimes you have to trust in your party or ask directions. There's no shame, and if they make you feel like they're shame, they suck. For me too, I'm gonna end up running these dungeons a bunch of times in my own time, so if it's something I genuinely don't need, like I might take these, but I don't know what this does. Strength. Okay, maybe I'll take greed. Alright, I'll roll. Oh, this one, I remember I gotta stay out of the water. Ever so slightly. Okay, get out of the water. If it turns purple, get out. Get his attention on me. Go back in. Okay, I'm gonna say say, usually if it starts running, that's a sign to get out of the water. Standing in that will cause problems. So if they're smart, they'll start throwing shit. If not, if they just sit there with their thumbs up their butts, that is a good sign that they're new. Cast in range or start throwing your weapons. Okay, there we go. We get 2. What these are? Disciples of War. This is worse than what I have, so pass. This is worse than what I have, so pass. Once everybody either casts their lot or the timer runs down, it will decide based on numbers who gets what. Apparently I earned one. Yay. We're gonna keep moving. Yeah, a couple of these people I noticed aren't quite as keen on fighting and moving at the same time. Just based on player observation. Ooh, okay. Keep in mind, too, that your DPS's damage is based off of where they currently are standing in relation to the enemy, so I usually don't want to stand in the same spot as the DPS. They get additional damage by either hitting the rear or the flank, depending on their moves, so as a tank, it's my job to be up front. As a DPS, it's their job to be either on the side or in the back. So you don't want to always be standing directly next to your DPS. If DPS wants to come snuggle, I guess that's optional, but for everybody else, keep in mind, don't chase the DPS. No, boss. Okay, this should be the actual final boss of the area. Make sure everybody is in the room. Make sure nobody's catching a cutscene. Alright, I think we're good. Usually they wait for the tank to make the first move, so. Get out of that. It's probably going to be invulnerable until we take out the... They weren't doing it, so I had to kind of go show them how to do it. Guys, I kind of need to keep the boss's attention off of you. You guys need to go kill the shit. You guys don't need to worry about me. The only person who needs to worry about me is healer. Everybody else go deal with the fireflies. You also don't want your tank necessarily taking out the fireflies because you still want tank to distract its attention. So the fact that they weren't doing that shows they're probably still nuke to this. a tank is still doing no damage to it, but keeping its attention is vital to you guys not dying. So FYI for future dungeons. Player commendations. Let's do this really quick before anybody leaves. I'll do healer because they kept me alive. Always choose to commendate a player of some sort. So let's see what we got for loot. Maybe... yes. I'll do greed. Pass. And... sure. So player commendations is a system where you thereby commend a party member who left a positive impression upon the course of duty. Using player commendation, they're probably staring at me. Let's just get out of here first. I'll read it later. Basically, that gives them points. A player commendation, which you can choose to do at the end of a duty, gives them points that accumulate over time that they can use to purchase other things in the game. So always at least commend one person, even if you don't really know who did the best job. Give it to the person who you think did the best job, but always at least try and give it to somebody. The further you go along, people are probably eventually going to start, like, leaving before you really get the chance to pick who does who. But, yeah, at least pick one. So that they, as a player, can maybe start earning a bit more rewards. What was I reading with this again? If you pretend to visit the ruins south of here, they've said to date back to the era of Chaldeans. As a student of history, I was delighted by my superior sent me there on patrol. My delight soon turned to dread, however, when I discovered the terrible truth. The ruins were haunted. Yes, you heard me right. The specters of Bulda haunt the place to this day, and my limited training hardly prepared me for such horrors. Would you be so obligating as to take the holy water and shepherd to the lost souls to Thal's realm? Using key items on targets. Some quests require you to use a key item on an enemy target. There are two ways to do so. First is by pressing X and selecting the key item from the subcommands, and the second method is to first target an enemy, then press select or back to access the duty list. Using the directional keys is to select the key item and then press A to complete the action. I'm just gonna use mouse keyboard to screw that. Oh yeah, my tooth is still just bugging me horribly. I've gotten it looked at before and they said there wasn't anything they could do for it, but that was a few years ago. They said that hadn't developed, but I take good care of my teeth, but let's face it, I got this by getting punched in the face as a kid, so... do I need anything from you? No, I do not. You can only do what you can do. Anyway, was there more tutorials in here? License, social... There's always the player guide, I guess. That's the lodestone. Nope, that ain't it. Travel, party, social. I probably want you to just visit the lodestone. Anyway, I think I explained relatively well enough what needs to be done. Greetings and welcome to Little Alamigo. My name is Esmond and I represent the Adventurers Guild. Do people here need any and all help that happens their way? Might you have come to lend a hand? If so, you must first undertake a trial leave quest to prove yourself capable of surviving the many terrors in Thanalan. This task should serve as an adequate test. What do you say? I don't know what it would be. Be warned that the Void Scent will tear free of its prison once all the pages have been assembled. Please prepare yourself well. I don't know what it actually wants me to do. Leaved quest. Little Alamigo. I should carry out a preliminary task, but you didn't tell me what it is. I know where it is. I don't know what it is. It's probably also outside, so I probably have to go down and around to get to it. So yeah, for whatever reason, my tooth is really bugging me today. I'll treat it with like more fluoride and stuff later, but... because I have some special toothpaste and mouthwashes, but... eventually it just might be the case that it has finally gotten a cavity from being cracked. Also know I've been grinding my teeth, so it's hard to know, it's like, if I finally got a cavity in the cracked tooth, or has it like... just been because of the stress and grinding my teeth in my sleep. Who knows? Which I know I do, because I used to have a mouthguard for that, but it no longer fits, and they cost, like, over $1,000 to get replaced, because thank you, American healthcare. Also the fun fact of having dental insurance, but nobody takes your dental insurance. America. Anyway, how do I do this again? Leaves. Map. How do I... Is it Blast from the Past? No, that's not it. It's one of these. You've come to our attention that the Corpse Brigade may have acquired a copy of the Necrologos, through which contain pages of the Deadly Void sent known as the Voderiga. The Corpse Brigade will use this knowledge to further their nefarious schemes, so it's imperative that the book is retrieved. Its pages are destroyed and the creature trapped within sent back to the furthest reaches of the void. Your home point is not set to the 8th right, I don't care. This is currently a level, what quest? 25. Setting it would be close to 30. I don't care, that's fine. I think it just wants me to kill people with the cards above their heads. Dang it. You just keep spawning. Yeah, gather all missing pages and defeat the creature summoned from within. I'm assuming this is just to kill a bunch of dudes quest? Oh yeah, it says I'm collecting pages. Yep, 3 out of whatever pages. There we go. It just is a kill a whole bunch of spawning dudes quest. Back to back. Just kind of hoping for my auto attack to go off there to kill him. Some sort of military jets flying over. That's loud AF. The last one? Come on. Give me the page. And of course you have a timer, but if you can't do this in the timer, like, you probably have no right to be doing these at all. The timer is set really high for what the actual quest is. Alright, gather all missing pages. Ah, there it is. That's what it meant. Now I gotta kill this. Interrupted his action. Don't need to escape the circle sometimes if you can interrupt their actions, which doesn't always work. And you have the option of returning back to the person who issued it or not. It's up to you. You appear to have been through a great deal. This reward should help lift your spirits. Bonus has been based off of difficulty and speed of completion. It's clear that you've had no difficulty completing many other guild leaves. I see no need to test you further. Little El Amigo would benefit from any aid you can provide. Pray come to me should you desire more work. Okay, guild leaves unlocked here. Adventurer, I fear I have no time for pleasantries, but I would be much in your debt if you could perform me a simple task. To wit, I need you to slay Rockskin Pasty. Pasty? I don't know how these are saying. I'm gonna say them like pasty, like as if they're a yummy, scrumptious dessert. And obtain for me a secretion of its poison. If you've seen one of the fearsome reptiles, and I reckon you have, you know that their scales are as hard as solid stone. The acid I give to you, however, will cut right through it. I haven't much, so pray use it well. Some of my countrymen are not as quick to trust outsiders, but I have no time to entertain foolish prejudices. This is a matter of life and death. So, kill Snicks. Snakes with legs. Kind of sounds like a contradiction, but here we are. Basilisks, basically just basilisks. Which little Alamigo is weird. It looks like you can get to certain points, but oftentimes you can't, so I'm just gonna have to go out and around. What do you mean I came here for... I did a tune to this, right? I'm not a total dumbass. Okay, I did. Okay, there we go. I'm actually gonna draw this one away first, since I think I need to use something on that. Okay, since this, I need to open my inventory. It's kind of weird. Go into, like, key items, blessed water, acid. So use. There we go. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but what do? This is what the quest asketh of me. As you can see, it debuffs it for a little while, so that helps. Yeah, these ones. You can see on their names, too, they have like a slightly different symbol. I'm trying to get far enough away from it that you can see the symbol. It's so big and I'm so tiny that this takes a little bit while to go down, so I'm just gonna let you mind your own business. It'll stop following me eventually. There we go. I think we're good. No, it's technically still following me. There we go. The notification went away. How do I... What's your name? I thought he was actually like a bot. Can I go through here? No, I can't. That gets me every time. I think I need to go in this way. Ow. Just smacked myself on the desk. And then I need to go down like another teeny weeny crevice. Follow the wooden planks. Alamigo's design confuses me so much. Every time I come here. You return, adventurer. Have you brought the poison I seek? On behalf of my countrymen, you have my thanks. Forgive me for my brusqueness before. Our skirmishes with the Corpse Brigade have taken a great toll on us as of late. They employ poisons ever more lethal, and our antidote stores were running low. I must attend to my potion brewing, but thank you, outsider. Because of you, the men and women of the Resistance live to fight another day. Binding potion, poisoning potion, induces profuse internal bleeding. Lovely. Effective on targets up to level 35. And silencing potion. Let's go with poisoning. Thank you for your kindness, outsider. I would ask that you help us suffering people once more. A most deathly strain of fever runs rampant in Little Alamigo as of late, and while I have succeeded in isolating the cause, I'm powerless to remedy it. The fever is born by an elusive breed of wasp, you see, and only by exterminating the pest may we put an end to the epidemic. It would seem that the wasps are drawn to the pungent scent of rotting carrion. Douse this cactus piss all over the carcasses for some unfortunate creatures, and they shall quickly swarm to the scene. Kill more things. And I don't think there's anything up there yet, because there's no indication that there would be. But eventually I'd like to get some basilisk eyes while I'm out here. Do I need to sprinkle them with cactus piss on pasty carcass? No. Slay the insects, slay wasp swarms. So I think I could just slay the wasp swarms as is. With some of these other ones, I need to get a little more creative. Cactus piss on a pasty carcass. See, this implies it's already dead somewhere. Unless it wants me to kill one first. Nope, can't target it. Also, what the heck is cactus piss? Is that just aloe vera juice? Because aloe vera juice is very nice. It tastes like a sweet cucumber. And I want to try prickly pear, but, you know, they don't really sell it here. Use cactus piss on corpse. Where, though? The indicator might still be for insects. Do people have to mow their lawn every fucking day? Despite the fact that it's humid AF? Oh my gosh, I would probably pass out from heat stroke. It's so humid right now. Okay, where are the bugs? I don't see this so-called corpse that it wants me to see. It's so humid that it looks like we're just in a massive cloud of smog right now. Okay, this was only for the bugs. That means this over here is probably... That says death from above. Yep, okay, that is the right quest. I gotta go all the way over here. I don't know, I guess I just don't see the point. And I don't worry too much about being seen. As long as I'm on Chocobo back, I can lose them. You can see I'm so much faster than them. They'll reach a certain point. Yep, there they go. Looks like somebody else is doing stuff there. I don't want interference, so I'll just get rid of this. It's freaking hot out and it's humid AF. It's really like 80% humidity right now. How? How are you comfortable doing that? Also, it's wet AF too, because it's constantly been raining all week with nothing but like massive thunderstorms and stuff, so... People. There's no point in mowing wet grass. You're just gonna clog up your machine and ruin it, and you're not even gonna get a good cut. It's just gonna stick to everything, and then it's still gonna be long. It's not that big of a deal. Give it a break. This is why it would be nice to be able to stream at night, but I don't want to get in trouble. Because my current living situation is if I play video games, somebody sees that as me slacking off, regardless of how many hours I work in a day. Yay! Frickin' boomer parents. Unaffordable rent and boomer parents. Gotta love it. Okay, so this I'm gonna have to do something similar. Fallen Mages, a tempered sword and a tempered brand. So, there we go. Some of these are stronger than others. I'm gonna get rid of some of the easy dudes first so they don't interfere, because they kind of have to just stand right next to each other, don't they? I remember hating this the first time I did it. I'm gonna hate it the second time. So let's try not to get their attention. Go into the inventory. Go into key items, right click, use. Let's hope it only gets one of their attentions. Oh shit, he's a mage. Can the sword turn around, please? Like, why is my lighting changing so drastically? Sun's coming up. Oh my gosh, yeah, God forbid she knew I was playing something that required a subscription fee. Oh, $10 a month, woo. I can afford that, I just can't afford, you know, $2,000 rent for a freaking studio apartment. You know, about the size of a parking space. Fact of the matter is, that's the only thing that exists right now. So deal, it's not me. It's not me, it's the world. My income's fine. My hobbies are fine. My budget's fine. It's rent. Oh, it's not you. I thought you were a quest. You're just the leaves. Remarkable. Your adventures truly are as valiant as they say. I must devote myself to training, so that one day I too may be capable of such deeds. I get some green paint. I'm gonna end up just selling the paint. I can make my own paint. This is if you want to dye your clothes. I don't really see a purpose to it at the moment for me, since I'm gonna be swapping my gear so much anyway. If I dislike something, it's temporary. Speaking of... Oh, yikes! Not... Does not vibe with gender. Anyway, thank you, friend. The wasps are gone. It's only a matter of time before the epidemic subsides. You may be an outsider, but you've brought more succor to my people in a day than I have in many a month. We are humble people. I have not meant to properly express my gratitude. It may not mean much, but I know that you'll always have a friend in Little Alamigo. Do I want fried eggs? I don't want pancakes. Pancakes seem to be for casting, eggs seem to be for physical. Alright, that seems to be it for Little Alamigo. Did I get any eyeballs? You know, the thing I came here for? I came here for lizard eyeballs. Did I get any lizard eyeballs? I did not get any lizard eyeballs. I could probably get it from the marketer in my own time. Anyway, what else we got in the journal since we got about 50 minutes left? Alchemist, what do you want, Weaver? Enhanced cotton actin. What do I need to make an actin? I need... Wrong class. There we go, get my pants. Cotton actin. I don't even know what an actin is. Karata, coif. It's a shirt. 2 undyed cotton cloths, a cotton yarn, and a dodo feather. I know we have dodo feathers at home. Just really quickly. I can craft some yarn. My actual equipment and stuff is slightly better too. So I should be able to craft this relatively fast. Yeah, I can do it in 1 meter now. Sweet. That's 4 spindles of yarn. I can probably make 2 of these and still have leftovers. Probably go back to Ulda. So let us get the map. Ooh, golden saucer? Wait. Golden saucer is here? That's right. I forgot. Okay, normally it wants us to airship in, and I should maybe consider being in, like, botanist for this, just to, like, avoid the attention. I might be running for my life, because I remember the enemies that are down here are way more intense than the enemies that are going to be down here. So here is like a safe zone. Here is not. So should I attempt it? I do have a little bit of protection as a botanist, a level 36 botanist with my sneak. I just don't know how much sneaking I can get away with. So let's keep an eye out for enemies. These are gonna cause me the problems. Yeah, 45. We gotta be careful in here. Especially since some of these things can shoot at us. Let's try to remain undetected. Looks like that's a Thermaturge. That could probably kill me in 1 shot. Once I get through, I'm gonna be fine. It's just getting through. Last time I did this, I was like level 50 for botanist, so... Let's... Ooh, careful, careful. There's a very special fate here. Notice the dapper zombies. Last time I didn't understand the dapper zombies. Eventually you will understand the dapper zombies as I did, but for now we must ignore. Keep that in mind for the future. That fate in particular is important to an upcoming quest, a very funny quest that you will want to do. We can't do it yet, but trust me when I say you'll eventually need to specifically start searching out that quest. Sagoli Desert, here we go. Enemies in the Sagoli Desert should be within my range. Yeah, level 31. Typically an airship takes us here. But I'm brash, so I took myself. Chocobo Porter. Let's go to Marauder, just because sometimes a fate happens in town here, and I would like to maybe be prepared if that happens. I would like to not die in one hit. So this is primarily a Mihote village. I wouldn't spend too much time with Ultika Adventure. His strain of foolish cheer can be catching, and I've found it wise to never become too happy. Happiness begets complacency, and it's only through discontent that one rises to become more. This brings us to the issue of which one of us will next lead the tribe. Unlike Utika, the matter of who becomes next Nana? Is it Nun or Nana? I'll say Nun. Is one I take most seriously. Each of us represents a distinct vision of what lies ahead. You see, I'm fascinated with the future. We cannot create it, but we can be prepared for it. We can profit from it, or we can perish by it. I need you to speak with immigrants, for they see the Forgotten Springs through the eyes of opportunity, not loyalty. You there, you have the smell of a resourceful drink of water. Help me with one of the young ones, will you? I speak of a novice ranger by the name of Ukazuna, of the most promising. I sent her southwest to hunt anglers, but she is rather long in the returning. She should be back by now, even if she'd killed one, dressed it, and made a saddle out of it. As a young huntress as she is, I suspect she tripped over her own tail and has made a right mess of things. But as this is something she has to do on her own, I fear sending one amongst the tribe to help her is out of the question. You, on the other hand, are a different story. So I think if I remember correctly, I was told that names for Mihote, like the first letter before the apostrophe, is the tribal name, so everyone here's name will start with U to go along with the location. So let us board the chocobo. Hope you like chocobo sounds, because you're gonna hear this whistle a lot. Never did understand why there's so few bunks here. You want to see miners pitching their tents down by the Bygrat strike? You think they want to be holed up here? Of course not. It's just that they couldn't find an inn hereabouts that weren't full up. I think Mihote in lore too are probably still primarily female. It used to be in Final Fantasy XI that Mihote were a officially female-only race. There were canonically males, but you couldn't play as a male Mihote. I think there finally is, but I mean, yeah, I know there finally is like playable male Mihote. I've seen a lot of them. But in villages, I think it's still kind of like a lion's pride in that there's like a whole bunch of female Mihote and only a couple male Mihote. A full-scale Amaji attack would breach the defenses here within a day. With the lizardmen making so free of Zanrak of late, it would be for the good of all to have an immortal flames bolter the outpost here in the Forgotten Springs. Yeah, get used to my chocobo noise, because it's just so much faster. I say more trade, fewer hindrances. Forgotten Springs is ideally situated to be the waypoint for trade routes across the desert. If only the Nana would think to woo us merchants instead of outright rejecting us. I was all set upon a shop in the Forgotten Springs. Would have been glorious. An amazing location, a string of customers lined up, a bevy of beauties about, but the nun of the tribe owed a nun and up and forbade it, just like that. Now, in a way, I understand. The Yu kill or gather most of their own food, so they don't need what I'm offering, but surely the nun has to see there's more to his oasis than his own tribe. Prospectors, adventurers, flames, we just don't live or eat as they do. But there I go again, getting on my soapbox. I might as well talk to you about something you can help with. Could you take this package to the Bygrat strike and get it to a fellow called Odinel? Yeah, because the Mihote here still live an indigenous lifestyle, despite the fact that there is a, the Golden Saucer is nearby for employment if they so choose. But they still primarily live a hunter-gatherer lifestyle here. 'Tis the culture. fascinating, adventurer, very fascinating. They speak much truth to you, these immigrants. You are my ears on the street. All the voices cry out for Forgotten Springs to open its gates. If our tribe is to prosper, we must enjoy the coin and protection of immigrants and outlanders. While I am none, the old ways will have to give away to the new. It's a difficult struggle. On one hand, opening up does give more opportunities and different resources, but at the same time you can also lose your cultural traditions and values, or even worse, be driven out by new people, so it's always a struggle. We face that here a lot too. The law is clear. To become none of the U tribe, one must defeat the current none. In my case, that means Uda none. However, in order to win the right to challenge Unoda, I must first triumph over Utika. He stands in my way, and I in his. In this manner, the nun is protected from constant challenge. But to defeat Utika, my arms must be impeccable. A fool he may be, but weak he is not. I shall make new arrowheads, and for that I need barbs from a Yarzan. Half a dozen should be enough. I want to say the Yarzan are like big daddy long leg creatures, which is kind of ironic, because daddy long legs are not spiders, and therefore they are not venomous. But you know, fictional universe. The mowing also bothers me because I've had a headache for the past week, and it's just like, can we not? It's part of the reason I enjoyed living in spaces that actually had rules about what days you could do stuff. So you didn't have to listen to like super loud machinery every single day. Or unpredictably at weird hours. Because you guys may not be able to hear it as much, but it is aggroing my headache something really bad. Take out one more, but I think they need to respawn. Ah, there is one there. I'll get the tits first. You've got yourself surrounded by fishies. Gods, I'm sorry. Oh, not to you. I'm sorry that I failed so miserably. Utuka gave me this mission himself, and he's sure to be the next nun of the tribe, and I have dishonored the name of U. I could crop my tail as penance, but I have to redeem myself. I'll just do something different. Again. I'm trying so hard. I guess maybe cropped tails are a sign of like failure in the tribe, similar to like a broken horn is considered disgraceful to the Bronzo in Final Fantasy X, maybe? Let's head back first since we're so close. You mind your own business, Bug. Took it hard, did she? Well, she should. She's bringing up the rear of this crop of novices. If this were a game of Ifrit take the hindmost, she'd be on the fire right below. She'd be on the fire right about now. The recklessness Have to take it the hard way. They fail until they succeed or get themselves killed. To tell you the truth, I was exactly like her once, down to the earnestness. Ah, familiar scent. I like the way you handled yourself last time. Would you be my helping hand in the desert once more? You remember Ukazuna, don't you? I have her where she needs to be, out hunting Amalija, in the eastern Sargoli Desert. Humbled, petulant, and with no idea how to gather her wits or her skills. The kindling is laid. All that needs is a spark. Go east and dispatch 3 Amalija before Ukazuna's eyes. Harden that heart of hers, so weighted down already with shame and pique. Then, with adept psyche, strike upon that flint. Commit murder in front of her. The Yars and Bobs, you fetch them? My appreciations, adventurer. You may be surprising by what targets these find. Note what you see of Forgotten Springs this day. The old ways are going, and as quick as arrows do fly. Should be a new quest right about here, too. Somewhere. Oh, it's with you, ladies. Have I got a job for you, adventurer? You'll be positively perfect. You can look dangerous, can't you? I'm an aura, so I guess so. My sisters and I like to bathe here after a hunt, but lately there have been oglers about. I've kept out of the water to chase them off, but this only seems to swell their ranks. Will you chase them down and show them how furious I am? I have axe. I can be furious. Okay, need to... What emote exactly? Furious. I won't sound very furious because auras have high-pitched voices, but... Oh, no need to get angry. I was just measuring these, trees. Yes, the trees. Rather odd looking. I'm only doing my bit for science. Get out. Whoa there, Al. I've never peep. I swear by the 12 gods. I'll see that look and fury in nightmares. This nightmare. This nightmare is about to be your nightmare. Don't be a perv. Golden Saucer is literally right next door. If you want consensual ogling, you can have consensual ogling, okay? Non-consensual, not okay. What? I said I like trees too. It's not like I'm only here for the girls. There's a time and a place. And permission. Oh, I have been tested and found most wanting. So easily was I blinded, tossed and enfeebled. I must rise above these base impulses. If I too am to amount to anything. Indeed. Go humble thyself. Oh, I can say as though I meant to offend you. Well, I guess I'll be going. No, you're upset that you got caught. There's a difference. Where's the last one? There we go. I'm sorry, no need to get angry now. I have a problem, alright? I was working it out with my mummy, and I don't want to know about your Freudian problems, sir. Ah, marvelous. Not an ogler in sight. You have my gratitude, adventurer, though having a good look at you, I suppose I wouldn't mind if you stole a peek now and then. Bet you didn't think my taste ran that way, hmm? Hey, I'm not one to judge. You enjoy, ladies. Enjoy your bath. Also, that kind of implies you don't see me that way, which, Anyway, next quest. Oh, right, I could probably get bomb ashes here. You can get bomb ashes, I think, from lower tier enemies, but usually in order to have a chance, you need to do it with enemies that are a little bit more higher leveled. The higher level the enemy, the more likely they are to drop what you're looking for, so I think having enemies closer to level 30 are probably going to have a better chance of dropping bomb ash. Yeah, there it is. So I'm probably going to run around in a circle here in my own time and farm some bomb ash. Same goes with the pasties in the other area I was in. Well met, adventurer. A package came from the Minotaur Malm, did you? Thank you most kindly. The Malm is a pokey kind of place, small as Dickens, and all manner of isolated to boot. Makes it tough to get up there and give Riridesu the custom he's due. Right shame about the nun's decision. A store in the springs would have been a kindness. It's just a crying shame. The worst part is there's no changing that old Mikote's mind. Mostly on account of the fact that he hasn't one. I could say that about a few people. You see all this? The excavation knowledge of Amagina and Sons mineral concern put to use uncovering the remains of the Allegan Empire. We mine knowledge, not ore, even though there's probably plenty of ore. I think there's mithril in the bottom corner. Now this sounds grand, and it is, but most of my time is actually spent mothering this equipment on the account of the sand getting into the worst of places. The damn stuff is everywhere. Which brings me to you. Naturally, you showing up now is a godsend, and who am I to refuse the gods? Could you remove 3 piles of sand right over there? You be careful as you go about those. Some smoke bombs have burrowed into them, and they're none too friendly. I was gonna say, you can't go sweep yourself, but I guess if it has bombs hiding in it, that would be a different story, wouldn't it? Ooh, what the? That's not where I expected the explosion to go off. Where is... there it is. Fate joined. Looks to be someone's going about with whatever that fate is. I guess I'll leave him to it. That was wonderful, adventurer. Those piles were growing larger by the day, and I can't tell you how little I wanted to clean them up myself. But speaking of things I have no interest in doing, I'm sure you've noticed by now the glut of smoke bombs surrounding the site. Well, they're not here by chance. They're here on account of the equipment. The machines run bloody hot, and heat draws the bombs in. And every time that happens, we need to shut everything down or else risk them exploding on the lot of us. We'd all appreciate if you could take care of the pesky devils. Good by me. I need some of their ashes anyway. To make some of my own equipment. Okay, one more. See? 2 pinches of bomb ash. Randomly from one. By Naldenthal, freedom from distractions at last. Thanks to you, I might be able to spend more than a minute focusing on the dig. Nothing beats having an extra pair of hands around. Let's head out to the other quest, which is further along. I wonder if you can get into the Golden Saucer normally, or if I have to take an airship. You probably have to take an airship. Also, just double checking. Okay, good. I do have it unlocked. Make sure I'm not being a dumbass and not unlocking crystals. They're probably gonna group up on me. Oh, surprisingly no. Oh, now they do. Some of those moves are a little hard to see against the sand. Can I? Oh no, you got a bow. I made a mistake. I wanted something I could draw out, not something that could draw me out. Where is she? Hiding. I'm sorry. I hate having to repeat this over and over. I just have no idea what I'm doing. I got this far into their encampment and then I froze. It was all so pointless. Oh, right, I have to psych her up. Ah, adventurer, I bore witness to your deeds. You were amazing. I felt as if I was in a daze, but now I'm fully aroused. I shall need time to consider your actions this day. Farewell. I'm an effective cheerleader, I guess? It's all back here. I might as well just... May I warp? Thank you. Well done and thank you, adventurer, but I'm afraid someone may have wrecked our effort. That double-dyed fool, Ukuba, saw fit to give her another one of his lectures as soon as she rode back in. Ah, that man is such a fool. His scolding ways have cost us more novices than the desert and the beastmen combined. Ukuba has little love for anyone but himself. So it's you, been working together with Utika and his schemes, I've heard. I suppose I can hardly expect an adventurer to be loyal, but I can expect you to stay out of the U tribe's affairs, especially when they concern the training of our young rangers. The fact that Ukuzuna has been naught but a disgrace to us is no excuse for your interference, no matter what Utika might believe. For the nonce, I've dispatched her to Minotaur Malm, that she might reflect on our many flaws and solitude. But that will accomplish nothing by itself. The problem must first be fixed at its source, Utika's foolish methods. Since you've gotten close to the man, mayhap you'd be so kind as to tell him to refrain from corrupting other impressionable novices? He's right there. He's right there. Tell him yourself. Frickin', you act like 5th graders. What's all this? Ukaba expects me to stay away from teaching our young ones? His foolish notions truly know no bounds. A true instructor does more than simply criticize his students when they fail. I continue to worry about Ukazuna's fares following the repeated rebukes she's received from that onion-eyed troll. Who knows what damage he's wrought. Please, adventurer, seek her out so that we might determine her mental state. Where is she? She's a ways up. Yeah, see how misty it is right now? This is what it looks like here in real life. It's super, like, humid and misty today. I literally cannot see the house across the street. It's good to see you again. What's that? You're wondering how I've been doing? I'm fine. Don't worry yourself on my account. I have everything I need, mostly. There is one thing you could do for me. I need 3 anglers, alive but enfeebled. I believe that when sufficiently weakened, they can be caught with simple sacks. Would you mind doing me this favor? So this is like the Pokemon thing. You have to weaken the enemies, and then also use an item on the enemy. So this can be just a wee bit on the annoying side. I have to do the thing I did before towards enemies, but also not get interrupted. But yeah, what you see right now with this tribe for how misty it is about how misty it currently is here. There used to be a game once on the Wii. It was called Knight's Journey of Dreams, and it would actually base its in-game weather off of the Wii's forecast reader. The Wii had like a weather channel. It would base it off of that. Okay, get it down sufficiently. Try not to kill it. Go into inventory. Got it. I could probably do both at the same time for them, but I kind of worry one is going to interrupt me while the other is out of cycle. Okay, inventory. Oh, damn it. Into the gunny sack with you! And if it's not enough, just keep hitting it. Just weaken it further, if it's not weakened enough. Usually below half. Same rule as Pokemon. And back we go. This might be the last one here. Not sure. I'm kind of wondering if I might be able to get the Basilisk guys off of some of the dragon enemies here. Could you catch 3 anglers in those sacks? I'd appreciate it. These should do nicely. I switched to archery, you see. I thought that anglers might slowed would make for fine practice targets. This is interesting. I wouldn't have dreamed of picking up a bow before, but some things become clear to me after that Amagia hunt. When I turned from it and spoke to Ukaba, he suggested I might be more suited to fighting at range. 'Twas he who showed me how to shoot. He even gave me these arrows. The heads are of Yarzenbob. I'm fortunate to have Ukaba and Utika watching over me. We're a tribe, and what I take from others I wish to give back someday. That is what I train for now. Not to win prize or escape rebuke. Different though they may be, either Utika or Ukaba would be a worthy nun. Don't think I've grown too wise, though. Believe me, I'll still get a thrill and a half from putting arrows through those slimy monstrosities. Hey, it's good that you found the avenue that suits you. When in doubt with one job, pick up another. Be it the type of class you play in a Final Fantasy game or in real life. Now, if only I could find affordable rent regardless of the job I picked. Because as is, I can't find it with neither. You found Ukazune well, you say? She became an archer? Why, that's brilliant. I can't believe I didn't think of it myself. And with those Yarzenbob arrowheads, Ukaba spent hours shaping those. Well, well. I hate to admit it, but he's a better man than I gave him credit for. Still, he should receive no quarter from me. I intend to lead this tribe, and it will be all the easier to beat him bloody if I keep my dislike of him intact. I praise what you did, but I still don't like you. That is very cat behavior. Okay. Well, at least I can warp back here now. Central Thanalan is unlocked. Northern Thanalan is not, but that's probably like level 40 enemies and stuff, so I'm probably not ready for that yet. What's in Ul'dah? It could happen to you, yeah. I need to actually... Golden Opportunity, Arcanist Tome. I actually need to go back to Ul'dah. So let us... Yeah, to get to the Golden Saucer. It's technically on its own little offshoot over here. I don't know why people do this. Wait, actually the regular pace is this way. Someone died and they came back. That's a resurrection animation. Someone messed up. I could go to the Sapphire Exchange really quick and see if I can just buy something. What are they called again? They are... What else did I need for the Acton? I needed something. A dodo feather. Let's get a dodo feather. I already have some. Where's the bell? I know I have dodo feathers. There's one. Let's get our dodo on. Change to Weaver. Let's see, yep, I have 24 and 23 for things I'm wearing because I made myself some of my own equipment. Let's go into logs. Acton, there we go. If the item in question cannot be obtained through crafting, such as the dodo feather, you'll notice that I still have my maxed out quality. I can get a maximum of like 50%. So 240 out of 480 is still half. So for items like the dodo feather, which cannot be high quality, it still technically counts it as you having something of high quality. So let's begin. Somebody's carbuncle is like very interested in what I'm doing at the moment. Kind of like when people's dogs come up to say hello. I don't know what this thing is. Wind up Dalamund. It looks like wind up COVID. I don't know. Anyway, like a little virus ball, don't it? Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Dalamund. Wait, it is Dalamund's the moon. Anyway, we need to also, for the quest, materia concerns, we need to imbue it with some sort of materia. I bet, didn't say what, so let's go into actions. Trades. Here we go, materia extraction and materia melting. I don't need my inventory opening from there. So let us potentially imbue. What do we need? Spell speed 1 sucks. We can give it some of that. Alright, done. We'll get more later. There was a new quest. Has but little time left and would confine in you his burdens. Oh, that's gonna be another dungeon. So it'll probably be next time while I'm working on crafting. Time heals all wounds, or so say those who have never experienced true pain. True! More than 30 summers have passed since I carried the standard of these dark-like raiders into Cutter's Cry, but not a day goes by that I don't see the faces of friends I lost that fateful day. Jabard the Bread and his loyal second, Arborist Stillwater, Simon the Sweet, always armed with the jab and jest, our ever ireful maid, Chirin Zabran, as quick to cast as he was to temper, Thuraman Thousangel, never has there lived a man with a tighter grip, be it on his sword or his coin, and let's not forget one Ilm Elson. Though it's hard to fathom now, but with all the adventurers scampering about like rabbits in the spring, there was once a time when bands of mercenaries were who the city-states turned to in need of a blade, the Darklight Raiders being the biggest and best of the bands. Ishgardian funded forays into hellish pits Like the arm veil would earn us a king's ransom in a matter of days, though it would only take a night's of devil's play at the Mirage to see it gone from our purses. But so is the life of a raider. That is, until we took that job at the Cutter's Cry. My brothers and I had stood against the herds of giant buffaloes and Ogomoro snurble infestations on the Pearl, legions of cold-blooded Sahagin from the abyssal depths of the Indigo Deep, but none that such prepared us for the horrors that we would face at Hellbrewed Holes. None of it prepared us for the Chimera. Oh, that thing. That thing you have to pay attention to the chat, which is going to be really hard for me to follow when I have it shrunk down so tiny. The bards still sing of this day. 7 of the realm's finest warriors set off to the bowels of that forsaken place, but only saw one return. Cybold the Stoic, spared by the beast so that he may warn all others to be foolish enough to attempt the despoil of the Chimero's lair. My apologies, you do not come to hear the guilt-ridden ramblings of an old man, but if you have a moment, I was wondering if I could ask you to do a favor. The final wish of an ailing soul seeking peace with his past before departing on the journey through the 7 Gates. In each of the 30 summers since escaping from the maw of the terrible beast, I have returned to its lair to pay the proper respects to my fallen compatriots. However, the years have finally caught up with old Cybold, and try as I might, I no longer see these bones make the trek alone. If it's not too much to ask, would you travel to the Cutter's Cry in my stead, and place this bouquet of flowers upon the resting place of the Dark-Lake Raiders? And there we go! That will give us access to the Cutter's Cry duty dungeon. Which is a bit of a duty of a dungeon. Because of the Chimera, specifically. And getting your party members to understand one color eyes means get away from it, and one color eyes means get up close to it. And that if you have a hard time with colors, read the chat. Because it will tell you what color it is. Pray do not keep our honored clients waiting any longer than necessary for both of our sakes. Sir, your action is ready, if you would. Well, it appears to be satisfactory. I only hope it will survive my rigorous training regimen. I shall have one of my manservants deliver the payment on the morrow. He gonna die. In lieu of your customer's gratitude, allow me to express mine. Thank you. I don't doubt that this has been an unenjoyable experience for you, but remember, while we're under no obligation to respect such clients, we must always be seen to respect their wishes. As I suspect, you've begun to realize, appearances are akin to reality in this city. It is for this reason that our work is in such great demand. It is, after all, the Weaver's task to make the world see the client as the client wishes to be seen. With that in mind, I must congratulate you on a job well done. When I watched that little turd saunter out of here, I almost mistook him for a gladiator. Indeed. He's a little bastard, I'll tell you that. And there we go. Since we're level 25, we can probably take on the next quest. This is indeed an unfortunate development. Oh, thank Damiya you're here. I need your help. The entire guild is presently engaged in dealing with sudden deluge of orders. Amongst them was commission for a bespoke dress, all aspects of which I had intended to handle personally. Alas, I have just this moment received yet another request, this time from Her Grace, which must, naturally, take precedence. Since you have some experience engaging with customers, I would send you to speak with the client, Babawari, in my stead. We had arranged to meet at the Gold Court later this. Where was the time gone? We'd arranged to meet now. Babawai will bring his daughter, Kokomo, for which he needs the dress as intended. Please be sure to speak to her as well. It's probably going to need the new spider silk that I have procured. Which you get over in Thanalan. I guess the festival is still ongoing for a couple days. I want these so bad, like these little paper bombs. I want them in my actual office. I know I say this every time, but they're just so cute. And who might you be? I was under the impression I'd be meeting with the guildmaster. Well, that's of little matter, I suppose, provided the famous Redolent Rose still intends to design my daughter's dress. As for what manner of dress, simply put, I will not have my Kokomo garbed in common cotton. A jeweler's daughter must be refined, resplendent, a ruby amongst the riffraff. Her mere presence should reassure my customers as to the quality of my... I believe I have made myself clear. Pray relay my requirements to your guildmaster. Clam a day, 1 more hour. No. I mean, maybe. It depends. It depends. When I might be able to go a little longer today. Sometimes I can go a little longer on Thursdays, but it depends. When I get the text message that I need to start making dinner. Because I get Thursdays off. You're from the Weavers Guild. I'm terribly sorry you had to come all this way. Truth to tell, I don't really want another dress, but Father insisted. And when Father insists, well, I just want this over and done with, so please, ask my father what he prefers, and I shall do as he wishes. All he really gave me is something better quality than cotton, which, honestly, cotton is fantastic. I love cotton. I hate silky clothes. I hate silky clothes. I hate silky bed sheets. Give me cotton. Just give me cheap Walmart cotton. Not only is affordable, but it feels better. Please stream as long as you want. Well, we'll do. I'm trying to get a few things done, so we'll try my best. As I said, it depends on when I get the message that I need to start making din-dins. Ah, you're back. So what manner of dress does our client desire? Something resplendent, which is not made of cotton, you say. I might have known. His commissions rarely stipulate anything beyond ostensionality expensive. And all for a poor girl who would rather the eyes of the world look the other way. Well, Vanya silk would achieve the desired effect, though I doubt she would feel comfortable wearing such an extravagant guest. Velteen, though, yes, velteen might work. A fine weave of cotton yarn and diorite silk, without a short soft pile, beautiful yet subdued like our modest maiden. I'll be painstaking to prepare, but so be it. I shall see to the patterns. The velveteen I leave in your capable hands. Know, though, that Babawai will not be satisfied with any ordinary fabric. Only the very best will suffice. In short, I require a bolt of the finest velveteen that you can weave. Just a bolt of undyed velveteen? That's it? That's probably easy. I have the diorite webs. I went around running in a circle, killing a whole bunch of scorpions to get it. Since, like I said, you cannot farm this normally. You have to go out to one of the shrouds to the East Shroud, and kill just a ton of scorpions, like just over and over and over. So we need dew threads, of which we probably need 1 more. What do we need for velveteen? Yeah, I've made velveteen before. We need 1 cotton and 1 dew, which I already have, so let's get weaving. I have decent equipment, so this shouldn't take very long. And behold, all done. I thought I was making a whole dress. Guess not. Oh, you've woven the velveteen already? I've been making velveteen before I talked to you, because I'm technically wearing some of it. It's been far too long since I last worked with quality velveteen. You've truly outdone yourself. It'll be robot shooty time? What do you mean robot shooty time? Babawai's daughter thought she'll have the most magnificent dress. A pity she is no more like to wear it than her father. Though nothing would please me more than but I can't talk. Nothing would be to please me more than to be proven wrong. I know what he said, it's just getting it out of my face. But I rather suspect another dress is the last thing that girl needs. Rich girl with another dress? Yeah. Silver magnifiers. I actually made myself a better headpiece already, so I don't need those anymore. The gloves seem to be better, though. So there we go. Can't take the next one until I am probably, yeah, 30. So I'll be doing that leveling in my own time, probably by making a lot of diorite silk and a lot of velveteen canvases. Or fulfilling stuff in the... gosh, what is it called? The company, the grand companies. So next, what does other stuff need of me? We need... a materia enhanced staghorn. Right. I can probably see if I can try and find the eyes down at the marketplace, since I don't think I got any in my own time. I don't think any dropped for me, despite the fact that I killed some of the enemies associated with it. Was it in here? Sanguine Staff. Tooth Staff. It's a two-handed Thaumaturge weapon. Staghorn Staff. I need, yeah, Marbled Eye. I didn't get any. I need to go and actually fetch one. The fact that that too doesn't have... Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be nasty. I should probably... It doesn't have any materials that I can increase the value of. So I'm gonna have to do it completely by scratch. So let's really quickly extract some more materia. So we have more materia to work with. And let's check out the Sapphire Ebony Exchange. See if anybody else has posted up some. Let's search for eyes. Here we go, Marbled Eye. I need one of these. 89, I can afford 89. Let's get out of the way for other people. Staghorn Staff. Need Antelope Horps and a Marbled Eye. Let's just keep an eye on our control figures. Okay, I did 31. So I could do another one of those and still be good. Oh, to replenish MP or to replenish our move set. Oh, doggone it. I could probably get it in another one. It'll only take me 2 more regular hits to complete the item. There we go. It didn't say what materia, because I don't think the game cares at this point, so let's do Staghorn Staff. Craftsman's materia. Because that is a completely useless material by itself. I don't need it in my own gear, so let's just ditch it. I'm guessing Shooty Robot Time has something to do with, like, maybe a new Gundam season airing soon? I'm still not caught up. How goes your endeavor to attach materia? The crystallized essence of past experience, so easily inherited. It is all rather silly. Would it not be more simple to attach materia directly to self? Gigi would be glad to try interesting crystals into Greenhorn Skull. No! Bad Gigi! This isn't how materia works! Oh, please don't misunderstand him. I'm certain he means well. As for your staff, it's very well made, and the materia is perfectly melded. Nicely done! Perhaps you're wondering who would prefer a staff with a headpiece of bone over a studded with jewels. Well, the Thaumaturges favor such equipment. Fangs and horns are the weapon of beasts, used to kill and defend. Few materials are better suited for those channeling the dark arts, or so I would understand. I'm the furthest thing there is from a trained Thaumaturge, but even I can sense the arcane magics running within this staff. Anyways, I trust you've learned something today about the importance of searching the markets about how to handle this material. I hope this knowledge serves you well in your future endeavors. Well, I guess technically. It's just that I didn't get any to drop by myself, so spending 90 gil was no big deal. I have 62,000 gil. Oh, I was just hoping that you would come by. You see, something's happened to Gigi. Recently he started acting strangely. Aye, even by his usual standards. Anyway, I believe if I've determined the cause, it's quite complicated, but to put it simply, he's breaking down. I can handle the repairs, but I need to count on you for something. I need you to make an ingot of silver. Not any ingot of silver, mind you, but a high-quality one. It may seem daunting, but I have every confidence that you can handle the task. Okay, the higher the quality achieved during synthesis, the greater chance that finishing item will be of a higher grade. Yeah, we've done this already a billion times, so silver. I think I've collected some stuff for silver. Yeah, I have silver ore. I haven't made any silver yet, but I should, in theory, be able to make some silver ore. Ooh, wow, okay. That was a rare chance of happening, but I'll take it. Please bring me the silver as soon as it's ready. Oh, this is perfect. I can fix Gigi with this, I'm sure of it. Silver ingot. Forced to accept aid from Greenhorn. So humiliating. Oh, poor Gigi. He's like a completely different person. Really? Because I can't tell. What? Not that different than usual, you say? Well, it may seem that way to you, but I can assure you he's quite out of sorts. Anyway, silver was historically prized for its beauty. Ancient peoples even believed it to possess magical properties. Although they did not completely understand the natural process involved, they were in fact correct. It's different to explain it to someone without an extensive background in the relevant fields, but let's just say that silver is really, really good at channeling Aether. For this reason, silver is the material of choice for making a mammoth's precision parts. Thankfully, the component responsible for Gigi's erratic behavior is within my ability to craft. But gods forbid that his core should ever be damaged. Armored Core 6 comes out today? Oh, that is the shooty robot time. Okay. I haven't played any Armored Core games yet. If they have a demo, I might be considered willing to give it a shot. Oh, the core? It's like, well, everything that makes Gigi himself. His memories, his personality, his soul, really. When he was first built over a century ago, he knew nothing. But by assisting guildmaster after guildmaster, he's come to possess more wisdom and experience than any living goldsmith. That knowledge, and the gentle soul that carries it, are our guild's greatest treasures. I take it you didn't realize how irreplaceable he is. Believe me, it's been a great comfort having him around. And thanks to you, we can continue to rely on his counsel. And I've already got the gloves. So I'll just get the coin. You haven't either, but FromSoft makes it, so it's gotta be good. Oh, that's right! I forgot that they made Shooty Bang Bang game. I remember seeing people mention that in another live stream. Not mine, but attending somebody else's. That's the wrong door, dum-dum. Okay, so Goldsmith, same as before. I gotta be level 30, so... What did Alchemist need of me? And what are my... Level 19, level 15. Not as good for equipment on Alchemist, but... Let's look at the journal. See what we got. The Arcanist Tome. Oh. Engraved hard leather grimoire. Okay, I was in the middle of that. I made the hard leather grimoire. I needed hard leather. Can I make some hard leather? Do I have enough equipment, or do I need to go buy... I need to go buy leather. That's embarrassing. I specifically need animal hide. So let's go to the Sapphire Ebon Exchange. Get some animal hide. One piece. I need a few more than one piece. Can I get a little bit higher quantity? 14 for 37. 10 for 27. Let's get 10 for 27. I could go out farm it, but, you know, that takes a while, so... I need 2 of these. I think what I needed before was to go out and harvest the yew logs, but I've already gone out and harvested yew logs, so I'm good. That was back in Gridania a while ago, so let's change again to Alchemist. I've already made the grimoire, so we should be good. Yep, got yew logs, which I cannot choose for quality. And I've got a high quality grimoire that I've already made, so let's synthesize this. Once again, gotta change up how my actions work. Materia extraction. Materia melding. Any new extractions? Nope. So what do we want to stick in the grimoire? Let's do control. It's just 1 point. Some materia I don't need. Alright, back to... There it is. Alchemists in the basement. Which is a really bad idea the more I think about it. You don't want your chemists in the basement where things cannot air out and where fumes can get trapped. I have every confidence in your aptitude for this time-consuming errand. Do you recall your task? Yes, I shall be needing that leather-bound tome with materia attached. If I'm to strike this undesirable duty from my list of distractions. Ah, not a moment too soon. You may see for yourself the Arcanist's reaction to your undoubtedly fine work. I sent word that he should visit the guild forthwith, thus avoiding the tiresome business of delivery. Oh, and there's the text. Great Thaliac, this is a masterful creation to be my grimoire, and look, it's bound with materia, just like I asked. Would you expect aught less from an assistant of the guildmaster himself? Now, Arcanist, before you depart, perhaps you might favor the creator of your new tome with an explanation of its nature? The nature of my grimoire? Well, yes, of course. For an Arcanist to weave his spells, he must conjure in his mind the image of a distinct mystical diagrams known as arcane geometries. These geometries are inscribed upon the pages of the grimoire, such as the one you constructed at my request. The most important aspect of any grimoire is the quality of the ink used to illustrate its pages, hence why I had to use, I believe, want to say silver ink, just like we mentioned with Gigi. Geometrics drawn with the ink that is especially conducive to the flow of aether will allow the Arcanist to more effectively channel his magical strength. Thus, when one is in need of a new grimoire, one must turn to an expert in the making of this liquid gold, an alchemist. And the lake be praised, I was blessed with the attentions of a true artist. Should I ever wish to add or enhance my tome, I know exactly who I will turn. Thank you, Master Alchemist. Master Alchemist now, is it? I suppose you must appear to be to the uninitiated. Faulty perspective though it may be, it is cause for exaltation. You should cast aside modesty and bask in the glow of your accomplishment, but do not let your ambition wither in the shadow of satisfaction, unless, of course, you wish to remain an assistant forever. And, oop, nope, not that. I want the money. I don't need the gear. I've already got better gear. It's just a matter of being high enough level to use it, and for this one I need to get it to 25. Alchemist is a little bit harder to level due to the differences in materials you need to gather for the stuff you can craft, but yeah, since I got the going away text, alas, it is time for me to start wrapping things up, so let us return to the inn. That is a chubby bird. Anyway, let's go to Steps of Nald. So we can go rest in an inn, because resting in an inn gives us an experience boost for the next time we play. Like I said, I'll probably start leveling stuff in the background too. So let's talk to the innkeep. You don't have to do this, but I find I have a much higher chance of getting my experience boost to go the way I want. So with that, this is where I'm probably going to call it. As is, we have a lot of quests still to get to. A lot of gathering quests, but also we have some new... where is it? Where'd it go? Dishonor Before Death. So we're going to go to the Cutter's Cry next time too, which I will probably load up the Duty Finder and then do a bunch of crafting quests while in the Duty Finder, and if we get to it in time, then I can go back to main story quest. But for now, I knew it was slightly shorter, but you get what time you get. This is where I'm going to be calling it for now. So thank you so much to everyone who has joined. Got to go a little bit longer, but not by much. And I hope to see you all in future streams. Bye-bye.